Hey y'all, YouTube world. Um, ugh, it has been a day today, y'all. I tell you. Story time. So, those of you that know, I work from home, right? And it's great. It's a great experience. Don't get me wrong. I love it. Like I said, I would not ever go back to a brick and mortar. Whatever job I do and whatever company I work for, it will be from home. That's for sure. So, what I wanted to come on here and talk about is that I previously stated in my other videos that I work two work from home jobs. And yeah, the first one I've been there a while, and I really love it. It's just everything that I look for in a work from home job. It was a blessing to land that one, so I love it. So that one is there to stay. Now the other one was a supplemental. It was a supplemental income and supplemental secondary work from home job that I started maybe just a few months ago. And it started out good. It started out real good. I liked it and everything, but when we got to this second stage of training, because like the first stage is like 4 weeks, then you go to the second stage of a different type of training, which is like another 3-4 weeks. And then after that, you go to another separate training, which is like another additional 3 or 4 weeks, and then you're on your own after that. So I made it to the second range of training, and I wasn't feeling it. After being there almost 8 weeks, I'm like, it just was not for me. I tried, because I had some doubts in between there before it got to that point, but I kept going. I'm like, nah, we can do this. Let's keep going. We got this. Today I woke up, I was like, I got to my desk, both jobs, and I just looked at that laptop. I'm like, I really don't want to deal with this today. I mean, thank God for my main job, my other one. So I'm not just quitting no job or nothing like that. No, I do have my other job. I was just working this one as well. And yeah, it just was not going the way I wanted it to. I tried to hang in there. I tried to give it a go. I tried to give it a chance, and it just was not working for me. And that's the thing, like with work from home, I mean, it's so many different jobs out there you can apply to and so many different opportunities. If it's something that you don't like and it's not working for you and it's not the best thing for you, don't stress yourself out about that. Move around. that's what I did. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not gonna deal with that. Like, I had a massive headache last week out of nowhere, because it was just so frustrating, because you're trying to learn this stuff, you're trying to get it down pat, you don't feel like you were being helped enough. At least that was part of my situation. Another reason why I said, I'm just gonna get on up out of here, because this is not for me, and I'm not gonna waste no more of these people's time or mine. I stayed here long enough. I already had my doubts a little bit, but I kept telling myself, you can do it. Just stay in there, just hang in there. Maybe when you get to this other stage, it'll be much better. You can understand it even better. And I'm like, I can't deal with this another week. It gave me literally a huge headache. And I had a job like that before a couple of years back, and it made me so sick. And some of these jobs can make you literally sick, and it's sad. Nobody should have to deal with it. Nobody should have to be going through those type of issues. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't have that type of pressure on you and getting sick with a job. I said no. I told myself I wouldn't ever let that happen again. And it happened last week. And I said, oh no, we're not gonna have that repeat. I'm getting up out of here. We got to go. Because I said, if I ain't feeling it today, I'm definitely out of here. And that's what I did. I'm like, yeah, I just put in my little resignation. I'm like, deuces. Like, I'm not finna be with no job that's finna give me a headache. I don't care if it's working from home, if I was in a brick and mortar, which I said I'm not ever going back to that. But even work from home, if it ain't for me, I'm out of there. I'm not finna put up with that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's too much. It's mind overload. All that information, they just chugging at you all at once. It's like, and you would think with all the training I just mentioned, all those weeks, no. Some of those days we wasn't doing jack. A lot of those days we weren't really doing jack. Now, the first part of training was cool. I felt like I learned something. But when I got to that second stage of training, it just blew it all out the park. It was like, what in the world is this? This ain't nothing like what we were going over at the first, part of training. This here, the second stage, is supposed to go a little bit more in depth. Got over there and got confused as all get out. It's like they took what we knew and turned it upside down. It's like, what in the heck? That's not what we were told to do from training, because we were in a training environment. So if you're in a training environment, it's going to be different than when you're in a live environment. So when we got to the second stage, you're in a live environment. So there's more you could do it with that than you could in training. Training, you were limited. You can only do so much in a training environment. So, but I felt like I learned so much more in the training environment, right? Because I did. I was less confused. And I just got all types of confused when I went to the second part of the training. I'm like, oh, yeah. This ain't for me, baby. Because if you giving me a headache and you making me sick, trying to learn this stuff, it's not worth it. And number two, it didn't pay enough to be stressing like that. No job can pay me enough, or in my opinion, to be stressing me out. My health and my mental health is way more important than this job. I don't care if it is working from home. You're not paying me enough, and even if you were paying top-notch big dollars, I'm not dealing with that, because my health is more important. My mental health is more important. I'm not going to be up here in nobody's job, at my house, in my own house at that, at my own desk stressing. That's what I'm not going to do. I don't know what's wrong with these jobs. I'm not trying to bash the company. I think it seemed like a really good company. It's just they're trying to cram so much in at once, and then it's not working. Like, they show you a little bit, and they're like, okay, there you go. Now you do it, and you keep doing it. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm still in training. I don't know what I'm doing. And like I said, the first leg of training, that was cool. When you get to that second leg of training, it's like, what in the world is this? You like in a time zone, like back in space or somewhere. Like it's totally different than what you learned in the first place. It's like they took what you learned and just switched it all up and just turned it all types of ways. It's like, I'm just as confused as I don't know what. What are you talking about? Because I don't remember this. I don't remember learning it like this. I don't remember all of this, that, and the third. You made something that would seem so simple to me in the first leg of training seem so difficult now. And it gave me a headache. I'm like, yeah, I'm not, This is what we're not gonna do. So I put in my resignation for that, baby, because, and I'm already looking for something else. And like I said, I already have another full-time work from home anyway. So thank God for that. And I still have some income, and, that was just additional supplemental income. I just wanted to have something extra, right? Who wouldn't want that? You trying to have some things, you trying to travel, you trying to do whatever it is that you try to do, okay? So that's what I was doing. But that was not working for me. And I refused to keep putting up with something like that. And once my head started hurting like that, I hadn't had a headache like that, and I don't know when. Really, since the last time I worked at that other place, that was extremely stressful all the way around. I said, no, ma'am, we ain't finna do that no more. I'm finna go and get up out of here and escape early, because that's what you're not about to do. It was mind overload. It was too much. I don't know what's wrong with some of these jobs and some of these companies. They expect you to do all this, and then they barely want to pay you anything but some daggone pennies and coins. Like, child, I need more than that. And even if you did, like I said, nothing is worth putting your mental health and your health on the line for a job. Because, baby, they'll have somebody else in that position. And if you work on site, they'll have somebody else in that desk as soon as you out of there. And they be done forgot all about you. You don't even matter no more. You didn't matter in the first place, from what I can see. They don't care. All they care about is making their money for their company. And that's why I want to have my own business doing what I want to do. And I will be showcasing that too. What, you know, I like to do DIY projects. So I will be showcasing some of that as well. I mean, I do a lot of things. And I'm like, I need to put this stuff to use because, you know, it's money to be made. And I love doing this type of stuff. I really do. So I will be showing some of that really, really soon as I can. I'm trying to get everything together. And I will be showcasing that too. I'm probably gonna, well, I ain't gonna say yet. I'll just let y'all see when the video comes out. We'll just say that. So stay tuned for that, and you will see what I'm talking about and what I'm gonna be doing. But I'm just saying, excuse me, if anybody else out there can relate, let me know, because I understand. And this ain't the first job that's happened with. I'm like, when I start seeing those signs, baby, I hurry up and just book it on up out of there, because you're not gonna stress me out. That's what you're not gonna do. That's what we not gonna do. You're not gonna do that to me. No job. I mean, we have to have money, have to work. You got bills, kids, and this and that, and family. But if you can help it, just try to find you something else, you know. And if you already have something else, you know, and you can afford to resign, then do that. Because that's what I did. I'm like, if I resign, I still have another job. That's what I'm saying. I still have income coming in. I can still pay my bills, right? So I'm like, you know what? Thank God for my other position, because I got to go. So I went on ahead and resigned from there today, because I'm like, I'm not going to sit here and waste my time with this. I mean, you need this. I'm not going to stay with no job that's going to be making my head hurt and feel like somebody punching me in my forehead. No, you're not. That's what we're not doing. I will let you go and drop you like a bad habit, baby, because that is not, you're not going to do that to Strawberry Polka Dot. No, ma'am. No job is worth that. So, you know, if you can help it at all, and you in a job that is stressing you out, you're not getting much help, especially, you know, it doesn't matter if it's a new job or a job you've been working at, or you move to a different department. If it's stressing you out and they're not, you reached out and you try to get help with that and try to see if you could work something out, maybe, you know, have less workload or something. You know, they give you more time to finish your work, or, you know, kind of raise some of the pressure off. If there's no way you could get that rectified, baby, I will walk on out if you can. I'm not telling nobody just go out here and just quit your job because you hate it. Some people can't afford to do that. And I get it. I understand, because you have bills, you have children, you have a family to feed and clothe and all of that, and keep a roof over their heads. And yours as well. So trust me, I get it. But, you know, if you're not able to do that and go ahead and move around, at least try, you know, if you can, try and find you something else. If you work from home, there's plenty of work from home jobs out there. Trust me. There are plenty. You don't have to stay stuck in one war zone. You can find you something else and move on. And if you can stay at that other job, if you're able to, without it causing you to be upset and stressed out, if you can stay there without, you know, getting sick and things like that, and it's just totally just stressing you out, if you're able to just go ahead and move around, then do that. Because your health is worth more than that job. So, and if you're able to stay there without being too stressed, but you know, hey, I got to get out of here eventually, go ahead, and if I were you, go ahead and be looking for you something else. go ahead and start applying. Get your resume out there and just start applying to other jobs and find something that hopefully is more suitable for you, and you can move on around and leave them in the past. Somebody else can have them. Maybe somebody else can do it. I mean, somebody else can. Everybody's different. Somebody do the job just like that, but it's just not for you. Just like that one, it wasn't for me. And apparently not for a whole lot of others too, because I'm not the only one that just said, hey, turn in resignation and I'm out. So I'm not the only one. But I just hope the other people that resigned before I did, I hope they have other income or have someone, spouse or whatever, that can, help as well until they can get back on their feet at least. Or hopefully they had another job like I did or something, and it was like, not a huge deal that they left, because they still have this over here. So hopefully, that works out for them as well too, because it's hard out here trying to maintain and trying to find a job that works for you and that's manageable and not stressing you out. It's crazy how a lot of these companies, they will stress you all the way out. Like, we are not no freaking robots up in here. We get tired. Your brain hurts. That's too much information to be retaining in such a short period of time, because you're really not showing me nothing. But when you do, you expect me to know it just like that, and you want to cram everything just like that. No. We're not wired that way. I don't like that. I don't care how many weeks of training it is, but you wasn't really doing much the first time, the first leg, yes, the first round of training. It was cool. I'm like, okay, I can do this. But it's like when we got that second round of training, it's like, okay, they just turned everything in a whole nother direction. It's like, what the is this? This ain't nothing like what I thought, what we were doing at first. Like, what is this? This makes no sense. But I'm gonna make sense and make my 2 cents on up out of here. Because just like I found this, I can find me something else. And that's exactly what I'm doing. And I still have my other one that I'm working with and working for, which I'm cool with that one. I've been there for a minute. So I like what I do there. And that's why I'm staying with that one regardless if I get something else or not. So it was just that I had for supplemental income, and baby, it just did not work out for me. I had to move on around. And that's why I'm saying, if it's something that's causing you to have any health issues or that's stressing you out and having you upset and snapping at everybody, it's time to go. It's time to cut them people off. It's time to cut that place off. It's time to move around. If you can, find you something else. Go ahead and start putting in them resumes and start applying elsewhere. There's plenty of jobs out here, especially online. Trust me, I know I've been working from home for what? Let's see. About 5, 6, 7 years. Yeah. So, trust me, it can be done. You can find you something, whether you want to work from home or not. Excuse me, but I just found it way more easier for me to find something to work from home. I usually always can find me something. But this here, like, and this ain't the first one that I just let go, because I'm like, If I ain't liking what I'm seeing, and if it's making me feel like I'm about to be stressed all the way out, baby, I'm out. Because I'm not dealing with that. You're not going to stress me. You're not going to put all this on me, and then ain't hardly paying nothing. But like I said, and I'm just trying to make a point, like, they put all that on you and barely paying you enough. The pay rate and the job description does not match. They need to be paying double what they were paying, if you ask me. Not trying to be funny, I'm being serious. That is a lot of work, y'all. I'm not saying or naming the company, nothing like that, because I don't do that. They were decent as far as, the company and all of that, and coming in as a new employee. It's the training part. The first part of training was great. The other part, it just wasn't for me. It wasn't for me. It didn't fit me. I didn't like it. The shoe didn't fit. None of that. The pants was too tight. You know, I was the pants too tight. The shoes don't fit. The wrong foot, the wrong shoe, not on the right foot. It was all of that. Hat too big. It just did not fit. It was not for me. So I had to do what I had to do and exit on up out of there today. And you know what? When I did that, I felt so good. I feel so good, y'all. I still feel good because it's like, I feel like a 50,000 pound weight was lifted off of me, off my back, off my head, all of that. Because I'm like, I ain't got to deal with this no more. I don't have to keep trying to wonder, like, dreading to get up to get to this computer and do this work that I really hated. I started hating it. And that's when I was like, yeah, it's time to go. Yesterday, I didn't know I was going to be making this decision. I kind of been thinking about it and contemplating it, yes, but I didn't think it was going to be today. But when I sat there at my desk, I'm like, should I go ahead and do this today? Because I'm really not feeling this. And I don't want to do this work. I'm stressed just looking at the screen. And I said, you know what? I'm going on sending this resignation letter. And I'm getting up out of here. And I felt so good when I did it. So relieved. I've been so refreshed and relieved since I let that job go. That job was stressful, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I did not like it at all. After we went into the second round of training, I hated it from that point on up until now. I didn't even get to the third part of the training. I really don't even care at this point. I can care less because that stress is off my back and off my head. There was some stress that I didn't even need to be carrying. Okay? And I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all out there can kind of relate. You're probably in that situation now, and I feel for you and I pray for you. And I hope that you find something better for you that is not stressful and not, just pulling at you and just beating you up inside. Because you have bills and you got bills to pay and kids and family and all of that. And you have to keep a job. And I feel sorry for anyone that has to deal with something like that and they don't have no other source of income or help. I pray to God that you don't have to stay in that situation long and that you will find something that's better for you, better pay, and that is not as stressful. It would be great if you could get a job that's not stressful. You know what I'm saying? That's not pulling on your brain and just having you going every which way. Like, no, nobody wants to be dealing with that. I sure don't. No job is worth that. Take care of yourself and your mental health. You got to protect that. You got to protect that. Because a lot of these jobs don't care. All they care about is what you can do for them and the money you can help them make. And they will replace you at the drop of a dime, if need be. They don't care. So I don't either. So that's why I move around. Like, I'm not finna risk my health and, sitting here stressing because I'm trying to learn this stuff and you're not really showing me what I need you to show me in order to do my job correctly. Then what am I doing here? I'm not going to stress myself out. I surely am not. And I hope that you guys don't do that either. Please find you something else if you can. I know it's easier said than done. And if you don't already have another source of income or another job that you're already working, I know it's easier said than done. But try. Don't put yourself and keep yourself locked down in a situation like that when you feel like you're stuck and you just can't move around and get away, because you can. Please do that. This is more important than staying there at a job that does not appreciate you or they want to work you half to pieces, and don't care about your well-being, or they're stressing you out. You don't have to deal with that. You don't. Please don't feel like you have to suffer with that. excuse me, just, please try and find you something else. If you have to hold on to that job because, financial wise, and if you able to do that, hold on to that job while you send out your resume and try and find something else, then do that. But don't let these people keep you stuck somewhere you don't want to be. All right. So I'm going to talk more about that in future videos. This ain't the only job I had like that. Like I said, I'm not bashing them. They're not a bad company. It's just, it wasn't for me. I'm just going to put it like that, plain and simple. It was not for me, and I'm glad I saw it early on and got on up out of there, because I refused to keep working somewhere where I hate to even get up to go, sit at my own desk in my own house to work. No, this is my place. I'm not finna be doing it. I'm not finna be unhappy in my house like that, behind no job. No, I'm just gonna get rid of it. Like, for real. I ain't trying to be funny, y'all. I'm serious. I'm so serious. Nobody should have to be dealing with that type of thing. And if you don't have to, don't. Don't. There's plenty of jobs, baby. You just have to get out there and find them. Get online, Google. There's plenty of places. There are. And you do not have to deal with it. So, anyway, thank you for listening to me ramble and, and rant. Thank you for taking the time to stop by and, just listen to what I had to say. And if any of you are in that same boat, I hope you learned and took something from this to apply to yourself if need be. I hope I was some help. And yeah, I hope y'all have a nice, blessed night, evening, morning, wherever you may be. I hope you have a blessed day. And please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And thank you so much if you made it this far. I really appreciate you. And God bless you.